HB5917, introduced by Representative Vaupel, who is here, and we're going to let him come up quickly because he has to go to tax policy to vote on one of my bills, so I'm selfishly going to allow him to testify as quick as he'd like. So, yeah. Exactly. So welcome, Representative, and proceed whenever you're ready.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman, and thank you, Mr. Chairman and committee members, for hearing testimony on House Bills 5916 and 5917 today. I'm going to give just a brief reason and background for these bills, and then we have several people that have a little more expertise in the details that will be testifying after me. The reason that we're bringing these bills to you is to ensure that we raise the quality and ensure that anybody who purchases a pet from a pet store, that they can rely on the background of that pet, the health of that pet, and the source of that pet, to know that it has come from a federally licensed, if need be, breeder, or that the pet store that it comes from is inspected by MDARD, by our Department of Agriculture and Rural Development. So the main things are that we can know the origin, we can know the vaccination history, we can know that it has been examined by a veterinarian before it would be put up for sale, and a person will have a safe place to purchase a pet if that's what they're looking for, rather than going to some of the less reputable breeders that are out there. These pet shops are all inspected, and the source of the pets are federally inspected. The second part of the bills that deals with regulation, the object of the regulation is not to eliminate zoning requirements, but to eliminate regulations that would be tougher than federal standards or the state standards. This bill increases the standards that are now in place, and as I say, the object is to give people a safe place to purchase a pet, to obtain a pet that they can know the background of. This does not replace any zoning requirements. Pet shops would still be required to go by zoning requirements, but that they would not be subject to local control of what the requirements for the actual standards of the animals are. That would be taken care of by the professional people. And with that, that's short testimony. So.
Very good. And Representative, we've seen a couple of instances where local communities have decided to take away the rights of a property owner and small business owner to do what their small business does. It's a legal activity in the state of Michigan, simply because they get 4 or 5 people on a local committee to agree to vote them out of business, basically. Is that correct?
That's correct, and that's what we're trying to get at. We're not trying to eliminate a business operating within the zoning standards.
Right.
But we are trying to eliminate a legitimate business from being ruled out at the whim of...
Right. Conducting a legal activity that's regulated and otherwise legal in the state of Michigan.
Correct.
Awesome. Thank you. Do we have any other committee members with questions for Dr. Vaupel? Go ahead.
I just want to be clear, Doctor. You mentioned federally regulated a couple of times. Are pet shops currently federally regulated, or are we talking about state regulation?
Well, state regulation for the pet shops. For large breeders, they are registered with they are federally registered, and large breeders are defined as any operation with more than 15 intact females.
So would this interject the state, I guess, in between the feds and the business owner, or how would that relationship work there?
No, it wouldn't. It's just that if the pet store is obtaining the pets, they have to come from a licensed large breeder.
Okay. And then one more question, Mr. Chairman. It seems like these issues have come up before that committee a number of times, and I can't recall, it seems to me like we already dealt with it, I guess I would say. So I'm wondering where is whatever we passed a couple terms ago unsuccessful and not working out, or I guess questioning the need, why now, and has anything changed?
Well, PA 287 dealt with this. I think it was called the pet shop bill. And what this does is just increase the standards to ensure that any pet coming from a pet shop would come from a reputable place. The health would be guaranteed. This just kind of strengthens that bill.
And is it likely if these legitimately and well-run and operational pet shops were put out of business that people who are still seeking a dog perhaps would probably turn to alternative resources to obtain the dog, which could actually be more harmful for animal welfare?
It would, and that does happen, yes. This ensures that if a person is looking for a pet, a family's looking for a pet, they can, if there is a pet store that is available, that the animal would be an animal that's obtained from either a licensed breeder or a reputable source, and that the health of that animal and the vaccinations are ensured.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you, Doc. I think we're good.
Thank you very much.
Appreciate it.
Appreciate it. Thank you, members.
Send my regards to Chairman Tedder. I'll be over here holding down the fort.
Okay, we'll be thinking of you.
Thank you.